Hello again, Year 6. Time for your English session of the day. And today, our Walt is to research, well, let me try that word again, to research a topic using, I don't like it. Hello, Year 6. Welcome to your English session. So, our Walt for today is to research a topic using primary and secondary sources. And what I'm looking for is that you understand the differences between primary and secondary sources, that you make notes from your research, and that you organize your notes for ease of use. That's to do with layout. So we're just going to very quickly talk about the differences between primary and secondary sources, that first part of our WILF. So a primary source is a source that is direct from somebody who was there. So if, for example, we were talking about life at Dunkirk Primary School, and it was coming from one of you talking about what you feel and what you experience at Dunkirk Primary School, that would be a primary source. If you'd told your parents what it was like at Dunkirk Primary School, and your parents then told their friends, they are a secondary source, because that is somebody talking about or writing about something that they didn't experience firsthand. They didn't experience it themselves. They are talking about it, writing about it based on evidence that they've gathered themselves, but that they didn't experience themselves. So first hand is primary sources, and second hand is secondary sources. That is the difference between the two. Today, what I'm going to be asking you to do is reading over some books that I have assigned you on Epic. And they are all about asteroids, things that you can then use in your newspaper report. The 3 books that I've assigned you, and if you log on to Epic, I will send out the link again and remind you of our class code. And then you can go on to Epic and you can have a read through these books and make some notes about asteroids. Because obviously in your newspaper report, you are going to be writing about an asteroid hitting Elliot's cowshed. So you're going to need a little bit in your newspaper reports about asteroids. You need some facts in there, not as many as a non-chronological report, but you are going to need a little bit in there where you can show that you do and have done some research about asteroids. So you're going to read Chasing Comets, Asteroids and Mysterious Space Objects. Again, use the glossary at the beginning to find the bits that are about comets and asteroids. You don't need to read the whole book. You're also going to have a read of a book called The Solar System. Again, find the bits that are pertinent. That means the bits that are actually useful to you, and Exploring the Solar System. They're the 3 books I'd like you to have a read over. You're going to need to use the glossary to find the right bits, and then you're going to be able to make some notes. So as it says there, you are not expected to read the whole book. Use the glossary to find the right sections about asteroids and meteors. And that is what our newspaper report is going to be about. When you've done your reading, you then need to make your notes. And as I've said there, the way that you choose to make your notes, that's completely up to you. But the newspaper report is a factual genre of writing. So it does need to be informed by some facts. It's not a non-chronological report, which is why we looked at the differences between newspaper reports and non-chronological reports last week. But it does still need to contain some facts, a little bit of information about the asteroid. Probably no more than 2, maybe 3 sentences, but still, it's very much the case that we do need some facts. So set them out however you want, but you should be considering what facts are of interest to you and your newspaper readers. And as I've said there, it isn't a non-chronological report, so it won't be purely facts throughout. That is your task today. If any of you have any trouble looking up anything on Epic, by all means, you can use the internet and search engines to do research about it. You don't have to just rely on those 3 books, but those 3 books are quite useful. And also remember, this is always good practice to do some reading. So it is a good thing to be doing as well. Right then, that's everything for today. When you've done those and you've got those notes, send me a picture so I can see how you've got on. And I might even, if we've got some really good ones, I might put some of the facts then that you've found on the class story. for each of your classes so that we can share what we have discovered. Might even do a few extra dojo points, or if you're in school, a few extra traffic light points for anyone who comes up with the really, really good fact, like the best fact, my favorite fact. Okay, that's everything from me. I'll speak to you again tomorrow with your big read and your English. But for now, goodbye.